Hey guys, hope everyone's well. Back here another video about an hour, just over an hour later than planned, but sorry, out of breath already. Took the dog for a walk. There's a theme here in my videos when I say I'm out of breath, but I keep walking up and downstairs in my defence, but I'm also a bit out of shape, so I've got to keep myself. I haven't been to the gym for ages, and I haven't even been for a long walk for quite a while, so, well, kind of went 2 or 3 miles on Thursday, so not too long, I suppose, but I've not been walking as I regularly used to do and all that, so anyway, enough of me rambling, I suppose. Back here with another video, finally, like an hour later than planned. I always planned to do this video, even part 2 and 3, and then do some cleaning and sweeping up at least, and all that for an hour or so, and then go to the library. But anyway, I'll try and make them as quick as possible, so maybe I can do a bit of sweeping before I go to the library or whatever, and then possibly go for a shave. This time try not to go when the barbers are closed. So I think by the time I finish in the library, it should be just about the right time to go for a shave, because it's nearly before they close, so then it's not too busy. Anyhow, so I'm just going to put something behind the door so hopefully no one disturbs my video. Put a couple of suitcases behind the door so Godspeed no one will disturb my video. Ironic choice of words, but anyway. So I think that's a long enough intro. I've been trying to think about this, the ideas for this video, so I should really remember it off by heart because I've written this list quite a few times on Facebook and things like that. So anyway, without further ado, try and get a list for you. So point number 11, continuing on, as I say, from last video, I was thinking like when things go, when you expect things to be worse than they are, or yeah, you expect things to be bad and then they don't turn out as bad as they think they are, or when you're feeling fearful and then hopefully God turns your situation around and from a negative to a positive. I was thinking that's a reason to love God, perhaps, potentially. I don't know if people agree with this list or these lists, but I would love to know your opinion. But anyway, so perhaps when situation's not as bad as you think it is, or when God helps you turn your situation around, things like that. Point number 12, I think, like, if you feel that God, again, this list, I was thinking of, well, I say again, I don't think I mentioned this before, actually, sorry, but this list is not just for myself, it's like for whoever, for whoever, it's like general reasons, sorry, so whoever, some people might agree with that, or some people might disagree with it, but it's a general list, it's not just for myself, I suppose, but these are sort of from my own ideas. But anyway, if you feel that God inspires you or motivates you and all that, encourages you and all that, but I know some people could say that there are things in the Bible that perhaps don't encourage people, perhaps, but I suppose it depends what quotes you use or what scriptures you use. That's probably the one you could look for. 13. I'm thinking of doing, just to balance it out a little bit, kind of, I'm thinking of doing, like, dare I say, reasons to not love God as well. So on Friday the 13th, because that's like the day I see as unlucky. So as well as doing scary stories and stuff like that, I might think of like a similar list like this, but reasons not to love God. So I hope God will forgive me for that. But anyway, at the moment I'm trying to think of reasons to love God. But yeah, I suppose one of the things I was thinking, I was trying to read a long time ago, like when I was writing this on Facebook, to give me inspiration. I was trying to read on Google, like reasons to love God and all that, and there's one which I thought was probably the worst reason, but in some ways it's the worst, but in some ways it's the best reason to love God, which is or to believe in God, which is, well, say love God, which is, they said that if you don't love God, if God was, like many people say, if God will send you down if you don't love him or believe in him or stuff like that, or they were saying, the way they put it is like God saving you from hell, but at the same time, I suppose he made hell. So in a way, it's kind of like quite a dilemma, in my opinion. But hopefully, my brother's going to work, so he's not going to disturb my video. But anyway, sorry. Like, part of me thinks that's the worst, and part of me thinks that's the best reason to love God, because I suppose if someone, well, the best reason to believe in God, perhaps, because if someone, I suppose you say it would be a sensible reason. It'd be like someone, part of me does think it's like, it's a dilemma. So part of me So I've just which is my brother trying to get out this small gap. That's quite okay. He's a better driver than me, I'll give him that. Not saying much, but anyway, so I hope you get what I mean. It's kind of like the worst reason to believe in God or love God, and the best at the same time, because part of me can't help thinking, like, as well as sometimes joke about, like, I think too much, but if someone threatened you or someone kidnapped you, and then they said say you love them or believe in them, so to speak, or whatever it is, or say something positive about them. Otherwise, they'll stab you or shoot you or whatever. I don't want to be too graphic about it because I want to keep these videos family friendly. I was thinking of something very graphic, but I didn't want to. Dare I say, if they had a knife at your eye or something like that, sorry if that's a bit blunt, then I suppose it would probably be a good reason to say you love them. But I wonder if you really do feel you love them, or you're afraid of them. So in a way, part of me thinks it's a bad reason, like because you're afraid of someone or something. That's the reason why you say you believe in them or you love them or whatever. So, but at the same time, I can understand why you'd be like, okay, I love you, please don't hurt me. So that's a dilemma of mine, but I hope that made sense anyway. I know I keep saying that, but I know I think in a strange way, so I don't know if it makes sense to other people. It kind of makes sense in my own head, but anyway, 14, I was saying, like say, if you feel you have problems, and for a lot of spiritual people or religious people, they say God helps them to overcome some of those problems and solve problems and things like that, or solves their problems, or helps them solve their problems at least. I suppose like the biblical teaching, like God only helps them, those who help themselves, comes in, so I suppose you could say God doesn't do, I wouldn't want God to do things for me, but help me to do the best I can do, probably something like that. But yeah, so 15, I was thinking like it's quite, some of the things I like about the Bible are like how there might be some parts I don't like, if I'm honest, but there are parts which I like about, or even love about helping the poor, helping those who are less, who are disadvantaged, or it's about, like, say, principalities and powers, politicians, governments, royalty, and people like that might think no one's above them. But if they think there's a God above them, or if you believe there's a God above them, you might feel that you're going to get justice if they treat you bad. Like, so it probably gives a lot of hope for the poor, because there's a lot of things about which are probably very good for the poor people, like gives them a lot of hope, and maybe people from disadvantaged backgrounds or situations generally. So that was point 15. 16, I think, I suppose a potential reason, again, all these are potential reasons, I suppose, but like any strengths that you feel God gave you, or special talents or things like that. 17, on that note, like imagination and ideas, perhaps, or as I say, talents or things like that. 18, for everything you think is positive in the world or life. I often think, like, if God wants people to love him, why doesn't he just make life really good for everyone? Because then obviously if you feel life's really good, then you'll love the person who gave it to you, which is God, I suppose, if you believe. So you could say for everything positive you think is in the world, like for all the negative things in the world, all the terrorism and poverty and crime, and also you could argue that's not really God's fault, because God gives us free will. And also, if you believe there's a devil as well, then I suppose it's probably not necessarily God's fault that these bad things happen, I suppose. Kind of a lot of religious people say God doesn't want these bad things to happen, but anyway, but otherwise they'd have to take your free will away, perhaps, maybe, if people are greedy or selfish or things like that. But yeah, for everything positive in the world, like how beautiful the world can be. If you travel, like, I was afraid of flying for so long, then when I got flying, I went to different places like Australia, which is a heck of a long flight for me. That was quite nerve-wracking. But anyway, Australia, and Malta and places like that. Malta's not too far from me; it's like 3 hours flight, but even like say 4 hours, but max. But anyway, and places like that, and there's like lots of beautiful scenery and things to see in the world, and things. So the positive things in life, I suppose you could say, or everything that you think is positive. Again, I'm trying to just look on the positive side, or the bright side. I know you could say the opposite argument for the negative things, but as I say, I hope to come to that on Friday the 13th. But 19. Now I know I'm clutching at straws a bit. I was thinking about this. I was taking the dog for a walk, but I completely forgot what I was going to say for point number 19. Damn it. Sorry, I forgot point number 19, but maybe I'll think of it in a bit. But point 20 was, I was thinking, I know I'm clutching at straws a bit, but it's a bit of a cheat in a way, if you like. But I was thinking like other people from different people who believe in God, perhaps, especially Christians, but people probably from other backgrounds as well, talking about reasons to love God. And I'd love to them share their reasons. Sorry, I forgot point 19. But anyway, I hope this video wasn't too boring as ever. As ever, I hope this video wasn't too boring, and I hope someone out there liked this video, as I often say. And I'd love to hear what you think again. If you can think of any reasons why, like your own reasons why that you might think I missed reasons to love God. And I know that's a bit of a quirky idea. I'm going to think of the negative side on the Friday the 13th, all being well, if I get a chance, as well as scary stories and things like that. I can't promise, because it depends if my mum takes the laptop back, or if I get the laptop, or if things go my way. But yeah, I'm hoping to do scary stories, possibly some reactions. Ace, I can't remember exactly the name of the channel, but Ace Gaming or something like that, said that I can react to any of his videos. So I will try to react to them. And I did say I would react to them, but I haven't got around to that yet, because I had a few different ideas. But anyway, sorry for my waffling. I say I hope people like that more than I think. But yeah, on Friday the 13th, I hope to do scary stories, and also the opposite to this, like reason not love God. So I hope God forgives me for that. But just to give it a bit of balance anyway. But peace and love.